am Caroline Best. This is Everything Horses and More of the Tao of Horsemanship. This is Sundance, and this episode is about bathing. Why I bathe, how I bathe, what I use, the whole 9 yards. So before I begin bathing with Miss Sundance, I'm going to just read off of my script here, which is also available in the blog, so you guys can read this as well, just so I keep on track and make sure that I don't leave any really important facts out. And then I'll show you how I bathe. And I'm going to show you with a schoolmaster like Sundance, who's used to being handled at liberty like this, with nothing on, because this is how we work and where my training methodology takes you with your horses in everything you do. No matter what experience or lack of experience your horse has or what they might be afraid of, that they trust you enough and connect and communicate well enough with you that they try and that you're paying attention to all the signs of when they're not comfortable and how to help. So it just gives us a lot of opportunity to just deal with whatever comes. All right, she's a filth pot. So bathing. Why I bathe my horses. So we live in Florida all year. And so keeping them cool and free of fungus during the hot months, which is June through October, is really important. When I lived up north, I rarely ever bathed my horses. I might have hosed them down on a really hot day, definitely hose them down. I always hose down when they're sweaty because of the salt, and we'll talk about why. I know a lot of people aren't used to doing that when they take riding lessons off of lesson horses, or if they're their own horse. If there's a little bit of sweat, they just leave it or they brush it out. Well, it all depends on how much your horse sweats, because every horse is different, and how much salt residue they leave. Because if they leave a lot of salt behind, the salt will clog up your horse's pores, and then their skin cannot breathe. And that's what creates rain rot or the fungus. And you can get rain rot and fungus anywhere. It doesn't just have to be in Florida. It's just a lot worse down here because it's of the hot months. But I know up north, when my horses would have shed out those winter coats, if I didn't keep on top of shedding them out, and we had some hot days and they still had that winter coat on, they would sweat, and then you'd get that nasty, clumpy hair that had like dead skin on it. So you better get that off your horse, because if you don't take care of that, oh my gosh, that's where you're going to get bacteria build up and infection. She can't wait for her bath. Okay, hold on, sister. Okay. So again, when a horse sweats, they leave salt residue, which can clog the skin pores and prevent the skin from breathing. This eventually leads to what is called Dermatophilosis, or better known as rain rot or fungus. In either case, it's very irritating and highly contagious, you guys. Fungus is contagious. We can get it. We can give it to our dogs, animals. It's transferable. It's bacteria. So another thing we do is we bleach my brushes every week. And because the horses rotate and get hosed off in a fungal every week, we don't transfer the fungus, but you have to be really careful. And I have a lot of different brushes for different horses. If not treated, horses will do whatever necessary to find relief, such as rubbing themselves raw. That's how they get all of these lacerations and puncture wounds, you guys. Rubbing on sharp surfaces, which can lead to puncture wounds, abrasions, cuts, lacerations, which leads to a big vet bill if you don't know how to take care of it. Eventually, if not treated, the horse will lose hair and have permanent scarring. Not to mention a big vet bill. There are different stages or signs of rain rot, with the beginning stages being sensitive to touch. So Sundance is irritated and itchy. So her skin feels good though. Her coat feels good. It's slick, it's dirty. I can feel the dirt, but it's smooth and it's soft. So if she had, she doesn't have fungus, we're going to give her a fungal bath anyway. But if she had a lot of salt residue she would be like sandpaper right now, real abrasive. Now granted, she's rolled in sand, but there's a difference. If you brush that off, it comes out. The salt sticks, and it's underneath the hair on top of the layer of skin. And that's the biggest difference. When you feel that, it feels rough like sandpaper, and it's gritty. She's not gritty. She's dirty, but I can brush that away. So that's a really important sign to pay attention to. So if your horse is gritty and sticky, and also, like, she's sensitive skin to begin with. She loves to get bathed. Also, when you go to touch them, they'll scoot their butts in. They'll be real sensitive on their skin. Maybe pin their ears at you, want a cow kick. Like, avoid the touch by scooping out from underneath of you when you go to touch or brush them. And that's a definite sign of an infection brewing on a topical layer. I mean, I've had these guys get infections from the heat and the intense rain down here where they ended up getting cellulitis and major vet bills. Holy cow. So we don't want to go there. It's a learning curve. Didn't know it could get that bad. So when their skin is sensitive to touch, they have multiple bumps like hives, loose or dry or flaky skin, or they're abrasive and gritty. They definitely need a good deep cleaning bath. And I would recommend a fungal shampoo, period, just to be preventative. So I've listed all of this on the blog, so you'll have the name of exactly what I use. And it's called the First Companion Antifungal Shampoo. It's green. You can use it on cats, dogs, and horses. It's cheap. It's the cheapest one, and it's awesome. You can get it at Tractor Supply. You can order it from Amazon. I do both. Or most of your feed stores, tack stores will carry it too. So I'm giving you guys what I recommend because I've tried everything. And all those expensive shampoos are ridiculous. They're 3 times, 4 times the expense, and they don't work any better. You just have to stay on top of it, be preventative, and know a couple of the little tricks of the trade like I'm sharing with you. Like how long to leave it on, don't rinse it all off, reapply. I'll show all that when I get to bathing her. So the next phase of fungus, which is more serious now, is when the scabs are large, waxy, and difficult to remove. I don't have any horses here with that. I have plenty of salt, but I don't have any that are at that stage. I hope not. So when you go, I'll show you Sundance's legs though. Actually, I do have some waxy on her cannon bones, and I'll show you, it's a daily ritual with her. And we open it up, I open it up with my fingernails or a hard curry comb, and it'll bleed, and you have to be careful because it hurts her. And if your horse doesn't treat you nice, she might try to kick you. But she'll just let me know by lifting her foot up how much it hurts. But I have to open up that wax. I've got to let the skin breathe to get the shampoo in there to do its job. So when you're shampooing and you come across these areas, so let's show if the camera comes up right now before I clean her. Do you see all this dark? This is the wax I'm talking about that just has a buildup of dirt on it right now. Every day she gets brushed, you guys, and she gets fungal back here. So this isn't bad. There's nothing for me. I'm not picking up any debris in my fingernails because we keep on top of it. But when I've traveled a lot during the summers and my staff wasn't doing a good job, they would not keep up with this. And she would get an infection, and she would get cellulitis, and she would swell, and it would cost me $1,000. So she's just one of those horses that's very prone to getting that dew poisoning or fungus back here, and you've got to stay on top of it. You've got to scratch it open and, reapply and reapply weekly the fungal shampoo. And when we do, I leave it on. It's such a easy application, meaning it's easy on their skin. I just leave it on her legs. So again, the lesions may be tender and painful, so be careful, but you got to open that skin up. And even if it bleeds a little bit, and then your poor horse is going to hurt, and you're going to have to fungal it. Wait. At that point, when we have horses that are in a serious condition like that, where they're waxy and they're bleeding, when you open up those infected areas, we move on to the second application or solution. So the fungal shampoo is a preventative process. It will not kill the more serious cases of fungus or rain rot. Then you're going to use the povidone iodine 10% solution. And again, you can order that online. You can get it at Tractor Supply. The povidone iodine is like the betadine. It's a surgical scrub, you guys. It will burn. You cannot leave it on your horse for more than 20 minutes, and you must hose off completely. But it will kill. Oh, it will kill better than any white vinegar, any kind of holistic remedy. If you need to kill that povidone iodine will do the trick. At least once a week, no more than twice, because it's such a powerful agent. So again, I've listed, I'm not going to go through all the steps. You can find them on the blog of what I do first and how I do it. I'll leave that for the blog. And Sundance and I will go ahead and show you how we bathe. You ready, babes? Okay. Come on, sweetie. So again, Sundance is a schoolmaster. I like to get all of my horses this way, this partnership, this relationship, this comfortable, this trust. Okay, so here we've got a ton of different stuff. We've got regular shampoos and conditioners, and then we've got the medicated stuff.